Okay, so you've probably noticed by now I've been going very slow and deliberate, and I'm trying not to go over a lot of things. I don't like video series that try to throw a whole bunch of stuff at you or do a whole bunch of things that are not related, like, here's how to use the cloth modifier. Start by putting in a cube, and then, so I'm trying to focus on just one thing at a time and cover these things. And so in the spirit of that, last video I just clicked this almost hard to see, this little plus button right here, and that expanded this numeric panel, and I want to go over that part of the interface really fast. So let's just make sure this is covered. This will give me more freedom to do things. So the keyboard shortcuts for these two panels on the left and right are in for numeric, that toggles it on and off, and that's the one on the right with this transform area, and then T for tools on the left. So T toggles the left, in toggles the right. Now, if we were to toggle them both off, you'll also notice that there are these little plus signs right here. And this is universal across the interface. So if you find something that's missing, look for this little plus sign. And you click on that, and it opens that panel. You click on that, it opens that panel. That's the same as toggling the T key or the N key. Okay? So that's a quick little tip. And you notice that if you want to move parts of the interface, you can hover over and see this little arrow come up, and allows you to move things up and down. And so that's another quick thing to go over. You can slide these things up and down. These are, not my favorite parts of this interface, and a lot of people agree with me that this interface design isn't actually the greatest. But that aside, this is how it works. So let me lift this up a little bit into my video space here, a little bit better. Right, so then this can also be the case with these areas down here and these areas up here that have these icons and different options. If I was to take this and slide it down, notice it just went away. And I'll do the same thing here. This one, I'll slide it down and it went away. It could happen, especially when you're new and you're just dragging stuff around, you're trying to get hold of what's going on with the interface, and that could happen by accident. So if you look in a strange, unassuming place, kind of hidden, right over here is this little plus sign. Notice if I drag something and put it in front of it, let's just say that little arrow was right there in front of it, I would miss that. I would never see that. And so I remember this caught me a couple of times. Like when that thing disappeared, I freaked out. What? And then I finally saw that little plus sign. I thought, that's the wrong place for it to be. But it is a plus sign like it is up here. I wonder. And then, of course, yeah, it brings it back. And the same down here. Again, what is it doing right there over those numbers? I mean, here's another quick tip, and that is if you use the Alt key inside this view, and if you're in a orthographic view, that was 1 and 5, we're in the first front view. If I click and drag like this, I fold the Alt and the Shift key together, then I can move back and forth like this, right? Well, also you can do that in these panels if they're closed. If this is closed like this, and it starts to disappear, I can click and drag with the Alt key inside here, and it will move these things over. Okay, and so I could do that down here with this timeline, right? And then I say, hey, oh, there's that little, before it was hidden on top of that number. So then, anyways, click on that, and then that's back restored. Now I'm going to click this, bring this back over here. So there's just a few more little practical right away tips to get your head around on the interface. Okay, so that's it for this video.